What's up, everybody? My name's Nukinfutz because I'm effing nuts. Today, I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to approach Heroic Lady Deathwhisper from a Demo Warlock POV to maximize your damage and to avoid tragically dying over and over. We start off near this side of this boss because the casters can precast, and so that the melee starts even closer to the boss so we can eke out just a bit more damage on the pull. Start off with a normal opener like this, using meta and your instant cast to move closer for your upcoming Immo aura. Save it for when the first ad phase spawns. When they're positioned, ideally in your boss and stacked, then pop Immo aura and start seeding like crazy. This was one of our first pulls, so you'll notice that there were some very late clones, so some of the MC'd people end up dying. Some things to keep in mind during this phase, which can cause a lot of issues for yourself, are to avoid casting into a spell reflecting ad. Also, avoid staying in melee and seed off the boss from range. Terrible things like this can happen to you where you get MC'd and quite literally instantly die for your sins. Another terrible thing that can happen is you take aggro on a deformed ad which just spawned and it comes and slaps your ass with a nice little one-shot. The last mechanic, which is annoying but won't necessarily kill you, is this curse you see that I get. It's similar to Jirax's Mistress Kiss where it will lock you out of a spell when you finish the cast. You can bait it with a Death Coil or a less important spell such as Searing Pain. Do not be dumb like me and lock yourself out of seed if you can help it. Our guild was shooting for a 2-wave P2 transition, which was very doable for us, but feel free to add another wave if needed. The worst thing you can do is transition P2 with a fresh ad wave like we do here, like a bunch of idiots. To combat this, if you're attempting to stall a P2 transition and don't want to cleave on the boss accidentally, then have the ads positioned at the bottom of the stairs and blow them up first. Moving on to phase 2, there's a ton of things to look out for. Most importantly are these stupid little pink ghosts. The fight is not really a DPS check, but more of a mechanics check. Just stay alive at any cost, and watch out for these freaking ghosts as you see what I do here. Some awful things that can happen in phase 2 occurred during this pull for me. I should have CC'd this MC to prevent this boomkin from assassinating my H-pal. And for my sins, I get a very scary moment later where I am chains of ice with no boots and have 2 ghosts chasing me. One reaches me, but I narrowly survive after I piss myself. This phase 2 of another pull, I learned some valuable lessons, so I actually CC a target near me who gets MC'd to help out. This pull has a fairly clean phase 2 from me avoiding ghosts, as helping seed down the ads which spawn and then swapping back to boss while staying alive as the highest priority. With all this in mind, the big takeaways of this boss are to be a team player by crowd controlling if needed, and you have to move for ghosts or other scary situations, and you'll end up doing a bunch of damage by not being on the ground like me here. But I believe that just about covers everything you should be doing on this boss. Thank you all very much for watching. Feel free to subscribe or like the video. Stay tuned for more ICC PTR boss guides and big parses. And don't forget to keep pumping and being Nukinfutz.